this. Hassan Campbell, the dude, what's his name? Kwame Brown. In a lot of sense, the dude Kwame Brown, he makes sense to me, right? When they talking about the situation about coding and all that, and then I heard Hassan say, "Yo, people don't buy into that. It's a scam," or whatever he was saying, bro. Look, it's not. My whole thing is, look, because I studied, I got the books, the thing about the networking, coding, whatever. So I believe in those things because I believe that if people learn that, what is that? Yo,
Right.
there was a noise. What's that? Music?
That's outside. Somebody went by with the beat rattling.
Oh. So he about to get us demonetized. It's all right. Floor covering.
Floor covering.
I went to school for that.
Painting, horticulture, like drafting, stuff like that.
He's talking about a trade. That's it. We got to learn trades. Our people don't have no marketable skills. So when you go somewhere and they tell you, what marketable skills do you have? I know how to bag up crack, like my dude.
No, I know how to press like on Instagram.
Yeah, I press like, dislike, because people were born in the era of the internet. So everything they do, they place on the internet. But you're forgetting. And if all that fails, I understand coding is used on the internet also. Like you using it, not also you using it for software, using it for a lot of things that you could build. So it's a trade. So I understand. I don't look at it like he's just pushing coding. It's pushing, learn something, do something with your life.
He made the point that we was up north doing this for nothing, for peanuts. You know what I'm saying? We was up north.
He pointed that out, Kwame.
He pointed it out.
That's a great point.
And that's like an excellent point. Me coming from jail and seeing dudes programming 3 times a day, going to the program faithfully. I seen my boy Eli build houses up with popsicle sticks and stuff like that and drafting.
Oh yeah. The dudes make lamps and all that. Official.
You know what I'm saying?
Popsicle sticks. Facts.
I mean, those make dice and you know what I'm saying? Like they do vinyls and they are so many skills that. But you know what? Let me just stop right there. Like what you said about the YouTube and people being scared to venture into different type of content. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. I think it's like the same thing with people that got skills that they scared to use. Like say for instance, if all you knew how to do was draw pictures, you was an artist, but you can't see yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like say for if you can't see yourself making a living doing that unless you see somebody else already doing it. So I think the core of the problem is niggas just don't believe in themselves. At the end of the day, we do all of this to compensate for the fact that we ain't got no marketable talent or skills. You know what I'm saying? So this is the new, you feel me?
That's the new skill. That's the new skill.
Look at me. I could just talk.
Yeah.
There's nothing else I could do. If I can't do anything else, I could just talk. And when I run out of shit to say that's real, I'll just lie.
I'll just make shit up.
Or if that doesn't work, right? If that don't work, I'll do something so ridiculous and so outlandish that I'll force them to look at me. Why? Because you gotta think that issue is like a spirit issue. That's a character issue. That's a problem it's an individual problem. So if I come home, if I'm doing drafting in jail, right, for 4 years, drawing these pictures, going from point A to I know everything to a point where I'm making blueprints, and then I come home and start selling drugs, it's stupid. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? It's like absolutely ridiculous. But the core of that problem is that I don't think I could do it. Or how do I do it? What example do I have that's available for me that makes me believe, I could do this? You know what I'm saying? You feel me?
Yeah, I know exactly.
So it's a core problem, man. It's a core problem. But I think that old saying, you remember how they used to say each one teach one? When I was young, I really didn't understand that. But think about it today. Today, let's just look at it like this, bro. Today, I got 8,000 subs. I'm one person, right? You are one person. When I met you, you know what I'm saying? Like you helped me. You was each. You was one that taught one. And guess what? I took now if I do anything that could make you smile and be like, oh, yo, I showed them that. You know what I'm saying? Or I didn't show him that, but I liked the fact that he's seen that was good. If I could do that, that means that the job, there's other people that's going to replicate what I'm doing. So the good that happens out of that, each one teach one. You got to think. Now I got 8,000 subs. Who knows how people will replicate the message or certain messages I give? Certain things, 90% of it is going to be fuckery because it comes from me. You know what I'm saying? But there's that 10% that's just so innocent that God might give it to you. You might not even know what you're doing. But somebody is going to take that and it's going to be gold for them. Whether they get motivated to do a channel, whether they get motivated to not do something stupid or whatever, you know what I'm saying? If I could motivate somebody in that way, that's really each one teach one. Each one teach one was never about one person. It was about a group of people. Because if one person could make another person believe that they could do something and then they actually do it and then they influence other people to do it, look at the core of it. You know what I'm saying? You have to pay it forward. Just like you have to pay it back to whoever influenced you in life. It might not have been YouTube. It might have been something else. And you discovered YouTube and found, you know what I'm saying, a way to you know what I mean? You get your motivations from somewhere. So today, you know what I mean? I think that could work as far as like presenting different content and showing people we got different shit going on out here, that one person has to be the example to show somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like with old boy having a bunch of subs, he could have easily been that person. But when you step on the little guy to try to stay relevant, you know what I mean? At some point, those little dudes, the ones that didn't die, you know what I'm saying, gain strength. And then at some point, you know, the same poison that you used against them, they might play it back against you. So that goes back into what I said from the beginning with these dudes that's getting that little light because they're talking about a hot topic. Where's your what's going to be your plan moving forward? Because, bro, you might be able to see the fact that, yeah, I go walk outside and develop content, but most people don't believe in themselves like that. You're overconfident in what you can do. Not only based off of heart, but it's also that you put something in your mind. Those two things got to coexist. We study all day. Like, you seen all the papers I just finished showing you. You know what I'm saying? I know you're a fucking nerd. All you do is tutorials probably all fucking day learning something. So those two things are relevant in developing that sort of character of dude that can jump off something that's just a trendy topic and really present something that can help somebody in some way, as opposed to just doing this.
Right. So that's definitely right. My whole thing with what I do agree with Hassan is when people's like, yo, he talks about everybody or whatever, right? He's not doing nothing different than Fox 5 is doing. He's not doing nothing. The only thing he might be going
about that today.
He might be going a little hard because I don't want to fully I don't like to fully shit on people. Like, you got to give them some type of credit too, to the point that, yo, bro, why is everybody like when he reports something, right? He might go hard on the dude because he'd be like, bro, you're a rat. Like, yo, listen.
But that's probably why we shocked, because when we look at the news, we do look at the news, and it will be shocking to see the weather lady come on there with her thing showing. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they busting out, everybody's going to talk about that. They're not going to talk about the weather and what she's reporting. They're going to talk about her.
Right, but sometimes those news ladies, they even do that on purpose. They've been trolling. They've been trolling masters for years, bro. You feel me?
We used to up north. We used to like wait for a certain time to see this certain lady.
Bro, dudes tune in for that. Little Kim, which was the one, Little Kim or Michael Jackson's sister that her breast popped out? Janet Jackson, she was trolling, bro, a long time ago. They've been trolling. That was trolling at its finest. You heard? That wasn't no mistake. That was set up, bro. That they were trolling. The word trolling wasn't out like that though yet. You heard?
Somebody sent me, right? Not to beat the dead horse. Somebody sent me last night. Somebody well known sent me Hassan Campbell's financial records, like for all of his what he gets. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's like nothing bad. It's not nothing bad, right? But the YouTube, like it shows you what the YouTube actually makes you. So when you look at that, what you're getting from the YouTube, as opposed to what you could do in real life, because think about it. If you have 5 years with 300,000-400,000 subs, you know what I'm saying? And you had all of this smoke, you telling me that you couldn't develop something legitimate outside of YouTube right now that could make way more money than that, including your own show, including a real anchor show, including a production crew. What stops all of this?
Of course, because they not thinking outside the box. You get comfortable, and that's where you stay at. But a lot of them sites I don't pay mind to because I'm not trying to discredit what you're saying. But that's not an actual what he's making. They got a feeling, an estimate. They will never really know his exact pay, but he's getting money. So whatever,
no. He's getting way more money than that. I'm not saying.
Yeah, right. He's getting way.
It's not nothing. That's why I told you. It's not nothing bad. What, bro?
Yeah, he's getting way more than that.
They're not saying he's broke.
No. I'm not saying, but it's always good. Yeah. Bread. No, he does got bread. And that's the problem, right? With people. I'm going to tell you something. A lot of these rappers, for real, and I'm not saying like Styles P, but a lot of people are mad that he's actually getting that bread because he just came on and said something and blew up as a YouTuber.
They were stealing.
And I'm going to keep it real. I'm gonna keep it real, and they mad. They've been rapping for thousands of years, and they ain't even get to the bag like he has yet. So I gotta give him that one, right? Because we can't take away from. But my whole thing with that is this, right? People look at us that make content on YouTube and on different platforms. Like I always knew from a long time ago, like you just can't stay on YouTube. You gotta, if YouTube shuts off tomorrow, a lot of people are done off. So what I'm saying is this. He is not doing nothing different that Fox 5 is doing, reporting stuff, none of that. People will beef about what he's doing, but they don't go beef to the dude on Fox 5 or to nobody. Why? Because he says he's from the street, so you held to this standard.
Yes.
But so I get all that too, but I also get that he cannot be reporting about whoever he wants in the world, like saying crazy shit. And when we talk about him, now he's mad. You open the door for that because you talk about everybody.
Can I get a request from you, right?
He's like Whitney Williams. He's like Whitney Williams in a male version.
Let me ask you something. Let me give
Whitney Williams, the hot topic.
Shock jock.
So now that's all that he's worried about. Listen, he thinks he figured out the algorithm, and he talks about trending topics, and that's the only thing that right now it makes you pop. But YouTube and the people that run YouTube are stopping all that because this is what's happening. Like him and Mr. Brown getting into that beef, him and Styles P getting into that little back and forth. Even though Styles P is not on it like that, he's on his grown folk stuff, right? It's not Styles P. It's somebody else that hears something that Styles P said disrespectful, that Hassan said disrespectful, and he doesn't care about this online thing, and he's miserable of life, and he don't want to be here anyway. So when he sees Styles P, he be like, oh, you said fuck his whole set? I'm from his set. Bah! Oh, Hassan, you said this? Bah! And it's an ignorant brother that's not thinking about we got to respect Styles P, the OG, because the most violation that you could do, I get it, right? Like, I'm against rappers that all jumped on doing the podcast thing now and all that. I was against that too, right? But I'm starting to see come around and see a bigger picture, right? What I'm against is that Styles P should be held in another level of rap where you're not even supposed to touch him, bro. Those dudes are supposed to be like super icons, like gold. You're doodling on your own people and trying to bring your own people down for content. That's just my whole thing.
Can I say this? Oh, speaking of Styles P, look at this. This is my thumb. Remember I was telling you doing thumbnail?
Yeah. Warning, beloved. Yeah, that's official.
Hey, let me ask you something on a positive note. Let's say you can have a conversation with him right now. What would be your critique for him? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know what I would say to him if I was to try to help him. What would you say to him on a personal conversation that you think will resonate with him?
To Hassan?
Yeah.
It would my personal conversation with him. I would probably just tell him, bro, you need to really take a look at if. I mean, I know what the answer, but you need to take a look at. Are you getting mad that you feel that my son is not doing too much with the black community? That you think that he's in a bad way of Black Lives Matter, like whatever, he's getting mad funded from it? Are you mad that he's not doing enough for black people? Are you mad that Mr. Brown is getting over on black people? Are you mad that Styles P is not doing enough for the youth? Are you mad that Mano's situation, because he went at everybody, right? Or are you really mad that when these certain situations are coming up and they call Mano to speak to the youth, they call my son to speak to the youth, Styles P to speak to the youth, the man Kwame Brown speaking to the youth and coming up with marketable skills, because that's what it is. You're learning a trade, a marketable skill. So now you worth something, right? You got a skill that acquires a special type of thing, and a lot of people don't have it, right? Your worth went up. So are you mad about that, or you mad about the fact that when these big events come up, your name is not coming up for you to be called to be the activist or be the one that's, so you want that man's position because you're 3 something and 100,000 subscribers that people are tricked with. Subscribers are overrated. Most of those subscribers die.
Dead.
They dead. Some of them are in drug programs. Some of them flee the country. Some of them are wanted. Let's keep it 100. Some of them are burglars, murderers. They don't exist. So every time that, so let me get back to that thing there. So I believe that what he carries within him, it's a thing not only of jealousy. He really wants to leave a mark where he was like Malcolm X or like Minister Farrakhan or something. I don't know. But and it's cool. Look, we all have hopes and dreams. I'm not saying he can't accomplish that. But the way you're going about it is like you almost being an actual real Jim Jones, not the rapper. Because you're trying to kill off your own people. It's just in a different technological way, like online, right?
Can I tell you something?
Sure, you can tell me 2 things.
Warpath. Okay. I kind of like thought a lot about like your explanation of what you think.
Yeah,
it almost matches what I used to believe, but I started thinking real simple. And what I'm noticing is this. I think it's as simple as this. You see something, you don't like it, and then instead of before you talk, think about your own self and look at how you're going to sound, bring it out. He does not care about how he looks. He says things, so even though he's completely contradicting, you know what I'm saying? Afterwards, the money is more important than,
right.
You know what I'm saying, than changing your character. So like this, it's like almost like, okay, let's say for instance, I see a fire. I just set a fire across the street 5 minutes ago, but now I see a fire on TV and I see people yelling and crying, and I'm like, these motherfuckers, you know what? Boom. Hey man, let me tell you something, right? You feel me? And go into that thing, but never mind the fact that you just set a fucking fire. That's the simple explanation, because after he says what he says, it's so obvious, you know what I mean, that you're being a hypocrite. Why would you put that out? He doesn't care about that right there. He cares more about money. I think that some people's easily seduced by money. When you see a certain amount of money coming to you, when I looked at the videos, this is what stuck out to me with the financial report, is that it's like July 1st, July 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. And I'm looking at the income and I'm thinking, okay, 300, 200, 100, 1,000, boom, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, this is a